The Paths That Be, Phoenix Series, Book 1, written by Serena Whynd, narrated by Susan Mcgurl. Chapter 1. The ground was rushing by me. My heart was pounding in my chest, and I could smell the earth beneath my feet. The trees were a blur, and I found myself wondering why the ground seemed so close. Why was everything so focused, so clear? Why did I feel this intense power, this burning in my legs? Where was I going? I glanced beside me, and that's when I stumbled briefly. A slight push from behind. I kept on. I saw her from the corner of my eye. She was spectacular. She was remarkably larger than any wolf I had seen. Her fur was thick, dense, a dark gray with light silver tips. When she moved, her fur reminded me of a stream of moonlight radiating across the earth on a clear night. She traveled with the speed and grace of wild horses. Our eyes locked in acknowledgement. Her eyes were a deep sea green, and held a depth of wisdom and confidence one only found in a spirit of this incredible magnitude. I turned my gaze ahead, and then to my left. I was in the middle of a wolf pack, running as if I were one with them. I looked down and saw large paws moving swiftly beneath me. I could feel the earth caressing the pads of my paws and feel the dirt under my nails. I saw my chest. It was thick, pure white fur. The kind of fur you would love to hold on to when hugging your dog. This was me. Here. Now. I was one of them. I ran with the pack until we calmly came to a slow gait. Once amidst the deep, rich woods, we quietly settled to a halt. I glanced around and took them all in. 7 in total. They were breathtaking. I turned my attention back to the silver-tipped wolf. Our eyes locked, and then everything around me went hazy and dark. I jolted up in bed, touching my chest and looking at my arms, my hands. I could still smell the fresh mountain air and see her green eyes looking intensely through me. What the? I thought as I jumped excitedly out of bed and looked out the open window. My mind was racing. I couldn't believe it. It was so real. I had been there, part of a wolf pack. I could still feel the rush of adrenaline burning through my mind. It was like a white heat igniting in my soul. There was something so familiar, so natural about it all. The clarity and focus I had was amazing. I walked around the house, processing the intense feelings I was experiencing. The feeling of freedom, power, and instinct that I was experiencing with this precious gift from the wolves. It took me a bit to settle myself down after this. I finally went back to bed, wondering if this had anything to do with my deceased grandfather coming to me the other night. As I drifted off to sleep, I found myself gazing into the remarkable green eyes of my silver-tipped wolf. The morning air was fresh. The sun had just woken up and kissed the dew on the lake. I had always marveled at how the water could be so still. One would never know the magnitude of physical force it was capable of expressing until one witnessed it as a magnificent waterfall or part of a massive thunderstorm. The walk felt soothing. My head was still full of questions from my magical wolf excursion the night before. I admired the deer grazing a few feet away. I smiled gently as I carried on the dirt path, watching them contentedly float from plant to plant, their little mouths chewing up the green leaves enthusiastically. My thoughts shifted to my grandfather. He died before I was born, but I had heard stories
Sample complete. Ready to continue?